In the end, Wednesday was a profitable Wednesday. Let's recap it and see if we can't do it on Thursday. Hey, what's happening, everyone? Thanks for joining me on Thursday's episode here of Winning Bets. I appreciate you guys greatly kicking off your morning with me. It's cold, rainy, dreary day in Chicago, but we feel good. I think we've got some really good bets to go ahead and give you guys today. But first, let's, of course, make sure we always go ahead and recap the previous day. With that being said, you can see right there, we went 2-2-1, and we were able to secure a little bit of profit at plus 0.38 units. How did it all go down? Well, it first started off with a push there in that tennis match where we took center to at least have a point in every single return game. There was certainly a lot of drama to go ahead and with that bet. So the drama really started off with center on his serve. He ended up getting broken. It was a competitive game, but the other guy did end up breaking him and getting the game. And then on his return game, he got absolutely rolled. He lost it to Love, so obviously then we lose our bet. Well, in the changeover, he retired and saved our bet because once he got retired, because the match didn't completed, the bet was gone ahead and voided, and we went ahead and got our money back. So, did we get saved by the retirement? Sure, because if the bet would have finished, we certainly would have took an L. But whatever caused him to take a retirement, if that didn't happen, I believe he would have gotten a point at least in every single return game. So just a little bit unfortunate there. We weren't able to score a win, but again, at least we didn't get a loss. Then action, of course, moved on to the nightcap. We took 3 NBA player props. Clint Capella over 12.5 points. Didn't happen. Nope. I believe I looked fourth quarter. He only had 2 shots all game. You're not going to go over any point total, and all you do is take 2 shots. It was really frustrating. I mean, the Thunder were giving up 27.1 points to the center position, allowing 67.7% field goal percentage, and allowing 19.6 rebounds to the center position in this recent stretch. And Clint Capella did not take advantage. Trae Young hogged the ball. He took all the shots, and then it looked like the starters sat the entire fourth quarter due to them blowing out. So it didn't matter. If he plays that fourth quarter, he was so far away from 12.5. It really didn't matter. Then we certainly got some heartbreak there in the next one there with Devin Booker over 2.5 made 3-pointers. Started off on fire, made 2 3-pointers in the first quarter, and then got nothing the rest of the game. I mean, I was just sitting there watching it being like, okay, well, surely he'll get one at some point. He had a really bad shooting night. He went 2 for 8 from 3, went 5 from 21 from the field overall. Just a really bad night there shooting from Devin Booker, and just a heartbreaker right there. The way that starts off, getting 2 in the first, damn, you damn near call that a lock. After the first quarter, you think you're going to get that, but it didn't go our way. But we did come back in the nightcap, the late game there between the Pelicans and Blazers. CJ McCollum was headed home back to Portland. I was thinking about that all day. I was like, okay, I got to get in a bet. This guy is going to absolutely go off in his return to home. So we did a little same game parlay with McCollum. We took over 24.5 points. He got 25. Which is really remarkable. He only got 25 because he had 19 at half. In that same game parlay was also over 2.5 made 3-pointers, kind of like Devin Booker. I thought we were going to go ahead and lose this because he made 2 in the first quarter and didn't get his third one until the second to last minute in the entire game. Unreal how long it took him to get his third 3-pointer, but he went ahead and did it. And then we tacked on also the Pelicans team total to get it at nice good odds for us there and give us a nice CJ McCollum cash. Felt good. You guys know CJ McCollum. He's been one of our guys for the past couple NBA seasons, so it was nice to ride him again and get a nice cash. And then we also did an NHL player prop. How about that? Connor McDavid over 3.5 shots on target. I think he ended regulation with 5. They don't count overtime, or I haven't really bet hockey enough to know if they count overtime. I'm assuming they don't, just like soccer, but I really have no idea. But he had 5 at the end of regulation. I think he ended the game with 7 or 8. So a nice easy cash and a good plus money cash right there. So excellent work right there, securing plus 0.38 units of profit. And now up on the week, we've got half a unit of profit in our pocket as well. All right, let's just go straight to the action. And first, let's go ahead and start with the NBA. I've got one NBA teaser for you guys. Let's go and do Clippers versus Bulls over 211.5 points. And let's take Bucks versus Nets over 228.5 points. And I got that at minus 127 at DraftKings. I got the Clippers Bulls games at 223. And I've got Bucks versus Nets at 243. You've seen this Bucks versus Nets total climb. It opened at 237. It's now sitting at 242. So yeah, it's kind of getting in the range of where I've got the numbers projected, but don't be surprised if this game goes, even higher. It's prime time, it's TNT, it's superstars on both teams. I think that one's going to climb a little bit higher. maybe a touch more than my projection at 243, but either way, this total is climbing, and it's climbing for good reason. Look, I like it obviously at over 228. And then for Clippers Bulls, I've got it scored at 223, which the sportsbooks have bang on. One of the things we get kind of on our side is Paul George is now back. I mean, look at that comeback against the Jazz. Paul George is absolutely remarkable. He's not going to let these Clippers get into slumps and have long periods of times when they go without a bucket. He's a guy that can get a bucket, generally speaking, at any moment. So like that, obviously the Bulls score a ton. The Bulls do not have a good defense. So you had a good offense with a bad defense going up against the Clippers with the return of Paul George. I like that one going over 211.5. So Clippers, Bulls over 211.5. Probably that with Bucks versus Nets over 228.5, and you can get that at 220 or minus 127. One more thing here in the NBA, of course, it's Thursday, so over at FanDuel, they've got their TNT same game parlay promotion. It's risk free. You put up $10. If you lose it, you'll just go ahead and get your $10 back. So I went ahead and focused in on this Bucks versus Nets game, and as you guys can see right here over my shoulder, I just went pro Kevin Durant and pro Kyrie Irving. I generally speaking always like to take players on their home court. We see it season after season after season. These guys shoot the ball better at home. I mean, the stats don't lie. They just shoot the ball better at home. So that's why I went to Durant and Kyrie Irving. And then again, it's prime time. So we know what we generally get in prime time. You get high scoring, no defense, and just a lot of points. This game, again, is at a 242 total, which is the highest on the board. And don't be surprised if maybe it goes up even a couple more points. So a game in which, you know, we should obviously get a lot of points, a lot of superstars. Should be a really fascinating, entertaining game. I'll go ahead and take the two best players on the Nets for them to go over on their points total and over on their made threes as my risk-free same-game parlay over at FanDuel. Let's move over now to tennis and go back to that ATP event down there in Miami. And we may have had a little bit of unfortunate luck yesterday, but we don't let unfortunate luck get us off of good bets, so we're going right back at it today. I'm not sure how to pronounce these guys' names, so I will just kind of get through this here. But you can see here on this tweet that I already went ahead and sent these plays out on yesterday. In this Medvedev match, we like there to be 3 sets, and this is at plus 190 for 0.5 units. These guys have had 3 head-to-heads, and this other guy has won a set every single time against Medvedev. I don't understand why this is plus 190. These guys have a track record, and 2 of those were on hard court in 2021. So it's not like we're talking about a recent head-to-head that is kind of irrelevant. No, this is last year. On both of those events were on hard courts. This man was able to take a set off of Medvedev, and then he took 2 sets off of Medvedev once at Wimbledon. So, I mean, how can you not make this bet? I don't even understand. Yes, I understand who Medvedev is. I understand he could win this 2-0, and he can roll anybody really on the circuit, generally speaking. And outside of really like a Djokovic, but this guy takes a set. This guy is good. I mean, this is no slappy going up against Medvedev. So at plus 190, I had to put a half unit on it. And let's see if we can't get a good, entertaining match right there and get 3 sets in that one. And then as you can see in the other men's tennis match today, I just took the over 20.5 games at minus 122 over at BetRivers. Alcaraz is in really good form, but this other guy really recently just beat that Canadian. That's really good. His name is like Felix and then something, I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but that's a really good Canadian. So Alcaraz may be in better form, but this other guy is certainly no slouch. He's been certainly picking up some nice wins along the way here, and they're obviously meeting deep in this tournament, so they're both in relatively speaking good form. Alcaraz has just gone up against a touch better competition. That's why that's why he's such a big heavy favorite. I think I saw him like minus 700 on the money line. He just played a little bit better opponents. This guy here is going to put up a good fight, so I'll take over 20.5 games in that match. All right, a couple more bets for you guys. Hey, how about that NHL Player Props? That was a lot of fun yesterday. Let's go back to the well right there. I'm going to go ahead and take 2 NHL Player Props today. I'm going to do Kaprizov. This guy's on the Minnesota Wild. I'm going to take him over 3.5 shots on target at plus money. We're getting this one at plus 105. Much like Connor McDavid yesterday, he averages over this. He averages at 3.6, so just like Connor McDavid. And this game has a total of 6.5, so kind of like the same logic yesterday with Connor McDavid. You got a player that goes over 3.5, albeit just barely, but Connor McDavid didn't go over it a whole hell of a lot. He went over it kind of just barely, so we like that. And just like yesterday's game, in Connor McDavid, where it had a high total of 6.5. So did this one. This one has a high total of 6.5. So give me the best player on the Minnesota Wild in a high-scoring game, or what is projected to be a high-scoring game. His average is over 3.5, so at plus money, couldn't say no to this bet. So give me Kaprizov over 3.5 shots on goal at plus 105. The other NHL player we want to go ahead and do is Sam Bennett. There are the Florida Panthers. This one kind of really doesn't make any sense. We're going to go ahead and do over 2.5 shots on goal at minus 144 over at FanDuel. He averages 3.35 per game. This number could have easily been 3.5, and then you kind of got to scratch your head. Do I take the over, take the under? But at 2.5, with his average being 3.35, it was an absolute no-brainer. And then you want to go ahead and add in the game total, which is set at currently at 7 right now. So we're definitely expecting goals in this game. More people are expecting the Panthers to get the goals in this game based on their opponent. So yeah, this was a no-brainer. It's 2.5 and the average is 3.35. So all right, go ahead and give me Sam Bennett over 2.5 shots on goal at minus 144 over at FanDuel. All right, that's how we're going to do it this Thursday. I think this is going to be a nice fun day. We've got a couple tennis plays. We got our NBA teaser. We got a nice little risk-free same game parlay. And then we got those 2 NHL player props. I'm really excited for today and look forward to helping you guys put some money in your pocket. Make sure you come back tomorrow. We got the weekend slate of bets. I'll give you guys all my Premier League bets for this weekend. And then I've already got to give you guys some NASCAR head-to-head bets as well. And then we'll see what the Friday NHL and NBA slate is. Maybe we'll keep riding some of these shots on goals props here in the NHL if they keep being kind to us. All right, guys, go enjoy your Thursday, and we'll see you back here tomorrow. Thanks for watching till the end. I'm Jason Mattis. Any love you can show by giving me a like, a subscription, or a comment, or even just share this video is very much appreciated. And don't forget to turn on your notifications to increase your chances of locking in the same odds as I talked about today. And check out my other great videos in these corners.